Okay, so we're left with directed macroevolution. Let's do some speculations on who did the directing. We'll consider two options for how life on Earth came to be through direction. The first one is an alien civilization seeded it. They seeded life. The second is an immaterial, all-powerful God created it. Now, notice, we are no longer in the realm of science. We are now in the realm of philosophy, theology, and history. So we're speculating. Now, if another option pops up, we'll consider that too. Let's look at the first one. Alien seeding of life. So we have sort of a comical picture here of an alien dropping DNA on the early Earth. But the question is, how did the alien that's seeding the DNA, how did it come to be alive? I'd expect it's made up of something like a cell. So that alien first cell couldn't be by chance, because chance has the same issues as undirected macroevolution. We're right back where we started, we just have an additional layer. Well, maybe there's a different alien race beyond that alien race. Then we have the question, well, how did that alien race came to be? It would need some sort of first cell for it too. So this becomes an infinite regress, which means it actually couldn't have happened. Let's look at speculation number 2, God creating life. Let me introduce you to Dr. Antony Flew. Dr. Flew was the son of a Methodist minister, and he became an atheist as a teenager. He was one of the 20th century's most influential defenders of atheism. In fact, for over 50 years, he was regarded as the world's leading philosophical atheist. Again, for over 50 years, he was regarded as the world's leading philosophical atheist, teaching philosophy at Oxford and many other universities. He shocked the world when, after over 50 years as an atheist, he came to believe a God existed. So this is a big change. Essentially, what he said is, all of the philosophical work I've done is null and void. It is just a historical record now. That's a big change. We'll refer to this book, There Is a God, which is written by Antony Flew and a gentleman named Roy Abraham Varghese. This is my own personal book, and I grabbed a section out of it. This section is Antony Flew saying, why do I believe that there's an intelligent designer, God? Given that I expounded and defended atheism for more than half a century, the short answer is this. This is the world picture as I see it that has emerged from modern science. Science spotlights 3 dimensions of nature that point to God. The first is the fact that nature obeys laws. The second is the dimension of life, of intelligently organized and purpose-driven beings, which arose from matter. The third is the very existence of nature, but is not science alone that has guided me. I have also been helped by a renewed study of the classical philosophical arguments. So in this meaty passage, notice that he admits to defending atheism for more than 50 years. One of the reasons, the middle reason he points out to believing a God exists is, just to repeat it, is the second is the dimension of life, of intelligently organized and purpose-driven beings which arose from matter. So let's look at another excerpt from the book. Antony Flew says, yes, I now think it does. The it is, does this look like the work of intelligence? Meaning, does this look like the work of God? This is his comment in answer to a question at a conference. And he quotes himself. He says, yes, I know, I think it does. And why does he think it does? The belief in God? He says, almost entirely because of the DNA investigations. What I think the DNA material has done is that it has shown, by the almost unbelievable complexity of the arrangements which are needed to produce life, that intelligence must have been involved in getting these extraordinarily diverse elements to work together. It's the enormous complexity of the number of elements and the enormous subtlety of the ways they work together. The meeting of these two parts at the right time by chance is simply minute. It is all a matter of the enormous complexity by which the results were achieved, which looked to me like the work of intelligence, meaning God. So some choice things out of this quote are, he says, his initial change in the direction of believing God was it was almost entirely because of the DNA investigations. What we did, what we have done already. And he mentions the most unbelievable complexity, which we've seen. He says that intelligence must have been involved. That's one of our two options. Really, it's saying that directed macroevolution needed to happen. And it's the enormous complexity of the number of elements and the enormous subtlety of the ways they work together, which we've explored. Again, it's all a matter of the enormous complexity by which the results were achieved, which looked to me like the work of intelligence, which is why he started to believe, it started him on the journey of believing that there was a God after 50 years of being the world's most renowned philosophical atheist.